The phrase scaling a business is commonly used, but what does it really mean and how do you go about the process of scaling? Before we go into that, it's worth clarifying that scaling is not synonymous with growing. Yes, the two words are used interchangeably and they both allude to developing and expanding, but there's still a fine and sometimes confusing distinction between the two. Now, growing means that a business is adding revenue, but also needs to add resources at the same time to support that growth. For example, a company gains a client and adds revenue, but needs to hire more people to service the new client, which is an added cost. So in this case, any gains and losses have evened out or otherwise offset. So even though growth has occurred, that is a new client and then new employees, there has not been much value gained. Scaling, on the other hand, is when a company's revenue grows faster than its costs. So in other words, a business that is able to scale its operations has the capacity to handle growth. Without this capacity, growth might cause a company to stumble because of certain risk factors such as order failures, insufficient staffing, and lack of delivery capacity. At this point, a company has to rethink its strategy. To scale successfully means to be able to handle a greater and growing amount of work and maintaining or improving operational efficiency. Now, so with all that said, what are some key approaches to scaling your business? One, first define your goals and view of success. Then you need to take a hard look to determine if scaling makes sense for you. For some entrepreneurs, running a big business may not be the end goal, and so they decide scaling is not necessary or desired. But for those who decide that expanding their business presence is a priority, understanding that goal will be the first step to developing an actionable scale strategy. Next, identify the scalable aspects of your business. So you'll need to scrutinize your business model and identify aspects of your operations that can be replicated quickly and cost effectively. Aspects that can lead to greater revenue without the corresponding increase in cost. For instance, some of your current processes could be automated, and this can be easily achieved by using software and app integrations, especially in areas such as customer support and HR management. In fact, it is likely that any business process can be automated if it involves a series of predictable steps that are repeatable, and this could really help remove what might have been tedious and manual tasks for employees and free them up for responsibilities that could add more value. Thirdly, know your competences and competitive edge. It is crucial that you understand what value your company offers to your customers and what sets the business apart from the competitors, i.e. your differentiation factor. Knowing your company's core competencies and strengths means you can invest in focused, targeted growth. It can also aid the business in identifying the ideal customer and optimizing the sales process. Next, create a detailed forecast. You'll need to spend time understanding your company's current state and create projections for potential growth in revenue. So let's say your orders doubled overnight. Does the business have the people and processes to handle these new orders efficiently? Now, this might sound a bit like an exaggeration and perhaps a good problem to have, but it is also a crucial component to get right if a company wants to scale. So you as the business owner or the finance head in your company should put together a detailed sales growth forecast as well as an expense forecast. And the projections should take into account potential investments into people and technology, and it should allow for testing of various realistic scenarios in order to provide a detailed look into what the company currently is capable of and what its books might look like as growth accumulates. Next is you want to find the resources. Scaling doesn't come free or even cheap. And as I've previously mentioned, you might have to hire more people and invest in systems and equipment. These are no doubt expenses, but if done right, they will serve as investments that can reap positive returns over the long run. Bootstrapping, taking out business loans, and engaging in crowdfunding are some of the ways to help accelerate the process of scaling a business. And at the same time, money isn't the only resource to seek. Business owners may find that the right strategic advice can significantly fast-track their growth and scale processes. Advisory needs will vary based on business and individuals, but there are resources to be seized in the realms of financial expertise, market insights, and product developments, to name a few. The key is to build a substantial network of expertise and talents that will help strengthen the business's potential to scale successfully. So it should be clear by now that the path to success, whatever definition a business owner might assign to the word, may not be a straight line. Business owners who are pursuing scale will need to evaluate and reevaluate their processes to ensure they can support revenue growth in a cost-effective way. And they will need to make tough and smart decisions. I hope this video has and will provide some guidance in that endeavor for you. My name is Stephanie Anyamele, and I serve as a fractional CFO for early-stage scalable startups in Africa seeking to raise seed funding between $500,000 to $2 million. Work with me to build an investment-worthy company.